Ladies and gentlemen, there is a profound truth that has the power to transform the way you live, work, and think. It's a truth that lies not in the answers you seek, but in the questions you ask. Questions are the keys that unlock the doors of possibility. They are the catalysts for change, the sparks that ignite innovation, and the mirrors that reflect your deepest truths. Today, I want to share with you a series of questions that will change how you do everything. These questions will challenge you, inspire you, and push you to see the world and yourself in a whole new light. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a vast landscape filled with uncharted territories and hidden treasures. The questions you ask are like the compass that guides you through this landscape, helping you navigate the unknown and discover the riches that lie within. But not all questions are created equal. Some questions lead you in circles, keeping you stuck in the same patterns and limiting beliefs. Others propel you forward, opening your mind to new possibilities and empowering you to take bold action. The questions I'm about to share with you are the latter. They are the questions that will change everything. Let's start with a simple yet profound question. What if? These two words have the power to shatter limitations and ignite creativity. What if you could achieve your wildest dreams? What if failure was not the end, but the beginning of something greater? What if the obstacles in your path were actually opportunities in disguise? When you ask, what if, you give yourself permission to dream, to explore, and to imagine a reality that is beyond your current circumstances. Another question that will change how you do everything is, why not me? So often we look at the success of others and think, that could never be me. But why not? What makes them any more deserving or capable than you? When you ask, why not me, you challenge the self-doubt and limiting beliefs that hold you back. You remind yourself that you are just as worthy, just as capable, and just as deserving of success as anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most transformative questions you can ask yourself is, what would I do if I weren't afraid? Fear is one of the greatest barriers to growth and success. It keeps us playing small, staying in our comfort zones, and settling for less than we deserve. But when you ask yourself what you would do if fear weren't a factor, you tap into your true potential. You uncover the dreams and desires that have been buried beneath layers of doubt and insecurity. And you realize that the only thing standing between you and your goals is the courage to take the first step. Another powerful question is, what am I pretending not to know? We all have blind spots. Areas of our lives where we ignore the truth because it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. But ignoring the truth doesn't make it go away. It only prolongs the pain. When you ask yourself what you're pretending not to know, you confront the truths you've been avoiding. You take ownership of your reality and you create the opportunity for real change. Ladies and gentlemen, let's explore another question that will change how you do everything. What is the cost of inaction? So often we focus on the risks of taking action, the possibility of failure, rejection, or disappointment. But what about the risks of doing nothing? What opportunities will you miss? What dreams will remain unfulfilled? What impact will your inaction have on your life and the lives of those around you? When you ask yourself what the cost of inaction is, you realize that the greatest risk is not taking any risk at all. Another question that will transform your perspective is, what can I learn from this? Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and failures, but every experience, no matter how difficult, has something to teach us. When you ask yourself what you can learn from a situation, you shift your focus from the problem to the opportunity. You turn obstacles into stepping stones and failures into lessons. And you emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself is, what would love do? Love is the highest vibration, the purest energy, and the most powerful force in the universe. When you approach life from a place of love, love for yourself, love for others, and love for the world, you make decisions that are aligned with your highest truth. You act with compassion, kindness, and integrity. And you create a ripple effect of positivity that touches everyone around you. Another question that will change how you do everything is, what am I grateful for? Gratitude is a game changer. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. It opens your heart, raises your vibration, and attracts more things to be grateful for. When you ask yourself what you're grateful for, you cultivate a mindset of abundance and positivity, and you realize that even in the darkest moments, there is always something to be thankful for. Ladies and gentlemen, let's explore another transformative question. What would my future self do? Your future self is the person you aspire to be, the version of you who has achieved your goals, overcome your challenges, and realized your dreams. When you ask yourself what your future self would do, you tap into the wisdom, courage, and clarity of that person. You make decisions that are aligned with your long-term vision rather than your short-term desires. And you take actions that move you closer to the life you want to create. Another question that will change how you do everything is, what is my why? Your why is your purpose, your passion, your reason for being. It's the driving force behind everything you do. When you ask yourself what your why is, you connect with the deeper meaning behind your actions. You find the motivation to keep going even when the journey gets tough. And you create a life that is aligned with your values and your vision. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most profound questions you can ask yourself is, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? This question removes the fear of failure and allows you to dream big. It opens your mind to possibilities you may have never considered, and it empowers you to take bold, courageous action toward your goals. When you ask yourself what you would do if you knew you couldn't fail, you realize that the only thing holding you back is your own fear. Another question that will transform your life is, what am I willing to let go of? Growth requires letting go. Letting go of old habits, limiting beliefs, and relationships that no longer serve you. When you ask yourself what you're willing to let go of, you create space for new opportunities, new experiences, and new ways of being. You release what's holding you back and step into a new chapter of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, the questions you ask yourself have the power to shape your reality. They determine the thoughts you think, the actions you take, and the results you create. By asking yourself these transformative questions, you can change how you do everything. You can unlock your potential, overcome your limitations, and create a life that is aligned with your highest truth. So as you go forward from this moment, I challenge you to ask yourself these questions, to reflect on them, to sit with them, and to let them guide you. Remember, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. So ask yourself the questions that will change everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is waiting for your brilliance, your passion, and your vision. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. These questions are here to guide you, to inspire you, and to empower you. Seize them, embrace them, and let them lead you to a life of purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to explore the questions that will change how you do everything, let's delve deeper into the concept of self-reflection. Self-reflection is the process of looking inward, of examining your thoughts, feelings, and actions with curiosity and compassion. It's a practice that allows you to gain clarity, insight, and understanding. And it all begins with asking the right questions. One of the most powerful questions for self-reflection is, what am I avoiding? We all have things we avoid: difficult conversations, challenging tasks, uncomfortable emotions. But avoidance only prolongs the pain and prevents us from moving forward. When you ask yourself what you're avoiding, you confront the things that are holding you back. You take ownership of your reality, and you create the opportunity for growth and transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, another question that will change how you do everything is, what do I need to forgive myself for? We all make mistakes, but holding on to guilt and shame only weighs us down. When you ask yourself what you need to forgive yourself for, you release the burden of the past, you let go of the self-judgment and self-criticism that keep you stuck, and you create space for self-love, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's explore another transformative question. What am I resisting? Resistance is the energy of struggle, of pushing against the flow of life. It's what keeps us stuck in patterns of frustration, stress, and dissatisfaction. When you ask yourself what you're resisting, you become aware of the areas of your life where you're fighting against the current. You learn to let go, to surrender, and to trust the process. And you discover the peace and ease that come from flowing with life rather than resisting it. Another question that will change how you do everything is, what am I committed to? Your commitments are the things that matter most to you, the values, goals, and relationships that you prioritize. When you ask yourself what you're committed to, you gain clarity on what's truly important. You align your actions with your priorities, and you create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most profound questions you can ask yourself is, what would it take for me to feel truly alive? This question invites you to explore what brings you joy, passion, and fulfillment. It challenges you to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, and to embrace the fullness of life. When you ask yourself what it would take for you to feel truly alive, you reconnect with your inner spark. You rediscover the things that light you up, and you create a life that is vibrant, exciting, and deeply satisfying. Another question that will transform your life is, what legacy do I want to leave behind? Your legacy is the impact you have on the world, the lives you touch, the difference you make, and the mark you leave. When you ask yourself what legacy you want to leave behind, you connect with your purpose. You gain clarity on the kind of person you want to be and the kind of life you want to live, and you take actions that align with your vision for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the questions you ask yourself have the power to shape your reality. They determine the thoughts you think, the actions you take, and the results you create. By asking yourself these transformative questions, you can change how you do everything. You can unlock your potential, overcome your limitations, and create a life that is aligned with your highest truth. So as you go forward from this moment, I challenge you to ask yourself these questions, to reflect on them, to sit with them, and to let them guide you. Remember, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. So ask yourself the questions that will change everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is waiting for your brilliance, your passion, and your vision. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. These questions are here to guide you, to inspire you, and to empower you. Seize them, embrace them, and let them lead you to a life of purpose, passion, and limitless possibilities. Every single day we are faced with decisions, challenges, and opportunities, yet how often do we stop to truly reflect on the questions we are asking ourselves? We get caught up in the noise of life, and we forget that the quality of our lives is determined by the quality of the questions we ask. It is in these questions that we unlock the true potential within ourselves. The key to transformation is not simply in what we know, but in what we ask. And today, I want to introduce you to a set of questions that will challenge the very foundation of your thinking and change how you approach everything. First, let's start with a simple question. What do you truly want? Not what society expects from you, not what others think you should pursue, but what you truly desire from life. Too often we follow paths that others have laid out for us. We chase after goals that don't align with our core values or deepest dreams. But the moment you ask yourself this question, truly ask yourself what you want from life, it forces you to step out of the shadows of expectation and into the light of possibility. This is where change begins, when you make a conscious decision to live for yourself, according to your own definition of success. Now, let me ask you another question. Why are you not already living that life? What is standing between you and your dreams? Is it fear, doubt, procrastination, or maybe the weight of past failures? When you pose this question, you take the first step toward understanding the barriers you've built around yourself. These barriers, often created in your mind, can seem insurmountable, but they are not permanent. They are like walls that can be torn down with the right mindset and the right tools. Recognizing the reasons for your hesitation is not a sign of weakness, but a moment of empowerment. It gives you the insight you need to strategize your next move, to break free from the self-imposed limits that have held you back for so long. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Imagine for a moment that failure didn't exist. Picture the possibilities, the opportunities, and the paths that would open up to you if you removed fear from the equation. This question is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges won't come your way. It's about shifting your mindset. It's about realizing that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of the journey. What would you try if you knew that no matter what, you would emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often this: the willingness to take risks, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. Ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice to achieve my goals? Success requires sacrifice. It requires letting go of comfort, of security, and sometimes of people or things that no longer serve your greater purpose. This question forces you to confront the realities of what it truly takes to succeed. Are you willing to work late nights? Are you ready to make difficult choices? Will you sacrifice your current comfort for the future life you dream of? It's not an easy question, but it is an essential one. Every great achievement in history has come with a price, but the rewards are worth it. The question is, are you willing to pay that price? Ladies and gentlemen, as you stand here today, know this: the answers to these questions have the power to transform your life. Your life will change when you change your mindset, when you challenge your own assumptions, and when you ask the tough questions that force you to confront who you are and who you want to become. Life is not something that just happens to us. It is something that we create moment by moment, decision by decision. And if you want to live a life that is extraordinary, a life that aligns with your deepest values and greatest potential, you must ask questions that push you outside your comfort zone. What if you stopped making excuses and started taking full responsibility for your life? Imagine for a moment that there was no one else to blame for where you are today. No boss, no parents, no past mistakes, no circumstances, just you. How would you approach each day if you fully embrace that responsibility? This is a question that can unlock incredible power. It's in taking responsibility that we regain control of our lives. It's not about perfection. It's about taking ownership of the choices we make and the actions we take. When you stop blaming others, you reclaim your power to shape your destiny. Let me ask you this: what is your legacy? What will you leave behind when your time on this earth is done? It's easy to get caught up in the rush of daily life, to focus on the immediate goals, the next promotion, the next project. But what is the lasting impact you want to have? Your legacy is not just about the material things you acquire or the titles you hold. It's about the influence you have on others, the lives you touch, and the change you create in the world. When you begin to ask yourself this question, it shifts your perspective. It forces you to think about the bigger picture. Are you living your life in a way that aligns with the values you want to be remembered for? How much of your time are you spending on things that don't serve you? Time is the most valuable resource we have, yet it is often the most mismanaged. We spend hours scrolling through social media, attending meetings that don't move us forward, or procrastinating on projects that could transform our lives. When you ask yourself this question, it challenges you to reflect on where your time is really going. Are you investing it in things that will help you grow, or are you wasting it on distractions? It's in this question that you realize the urgency of making your time count. You begin to prioritize your most important goals, focus on what truly matters, and let go of the things that don't move you toward your vision. Ask yourself this: who do you need to become in order to achieve your dreams? This is a question of transformation. It's easy to look at where you are today and wish for a different future, but the truth is that your future is tied to the person you are becoming. You must evolve in order to meet the demands of the success you seek. Whether it's developing new skills, building your resilience, or fostering a mindset of abundance, who you are becoming is just as important as what you are doing. The person you are today may not be the person you need to be tomorrow in order to reach your fullest potential. Lastly, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to living a fulfilled life. It's the voice in your head that tells you to play it safe, to avoid risks, to stay within the confines of what is known and comfortable. But fear, in all its forms, is often a lie. It keeps us stuck in a place of mediocrity and prevents us from stepping into the greatness that is available to each and every one of us. When you confront your fear head on, when you acknowledge it and move forward in spite of it, that is when real growth happens. Fear may never completely disappear, but it becomes less powerful when you learn how to navigate it with courage and conviction. Every question I've asked you today is designed to force you to look deeper, to reflect more honestly, and to challenge yourself in ways that will push you beyond your current limitations. But the key is this: You don't just ask these questions once and then forget about them. These are questions you must revisit regularly. They are the compass that will guide you through life's challenges and help you navigate your path towards success and fulfillment. The answers you find may not always be easy, but they will be the catalyst for powerful change in your life. So I leave you with this challenge. Ask yourself these questions every day. Reflect on them. Let them sink in. Let them guide you toward the person you were always meant to become. Because when you begin to ask the right questions, you begin to unlock your true potential, and that is when everything changes. Your life will never be the same again. The power to transform is in your hands. The journey starts now. So take that first step and keep moving forward, one question at a time. Life is full of moments that challenge our beliefs, our habits, and the way we view the world around us. We all come to a point where we face the question, what if there's a better way? What if the things we've accepted as truth and the systems we've built for ourselves could be improved? Every great breakthrough begins with one simple question that triggers a spark, a question that asks us to think beyond the ordinary, beyond what we've been taught, and beyond what we have always known. It's not about what's easy, it's about what's possible. The questions we ask ourselves have the power to shape the very course of our lives. They hold the key to unlocking our fullest potential, to challenging the status quo, and to achieving success in ways we never thought possible. Think about it. What would happen if you started questioning the limitations you've placed on yourself? What if you questioned every fear, every doubt, every reason why you think you can't do something? These questions will push you toward growth. They'll nudge you out of comfort and force you to see the world with fresh eyes. Consider the simple question, why not me? This question has the potential to dismantle years of doubt and self-imposed limitations. The moment you ask yourself, why not me? You open yourself up to the possibility that you too can achieve greatness. You might have grown up believing that success belongs to the lucky, to the wealthy, or to the ones born with privilege. But let me tell you something. Success is not determined by your circumstances. It is determined by your mindset, your decisions, and your willingness to ask the tough questions that bring about change. Now take a moment and reflect. What is holding you back? Is it fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of not being enough? Fear is often the biggest barrier we face when it comes to growth. But let's be honest. Fear is a construct of our minds. It's a narrative we create to keep us in our comfort zones, to prevent us from taking risks that could lead to extraordinary rewards. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Is your fear stronger than your desire to succeed, to achieve, and to grow? The right question here is simple. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Ladies and gentlemen, questions like these are not merely rhetorical. They are powerful tools for transformation. They shift your perspective from one of limitation to one of possibility. They challenge you to view setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones on the path to success. They remind you that growth happens when you step outside the familiar, when you challenge your own boundaries, and when you dare to ask, what if? You see, every time you ask a powerful question, you're essentially giving yourself permission to change. You're allowing yourself the grace to evolve, to adapt, and to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. It's not about finding the right answer. It's about opening your mind to the infinite possibilities that exist when you choose to question the status quo. So the next time you find yourself feeling stuck or uncertain, I challenge you to ask, what would I do if I knew that I could achieve anything? What would I do if I had no fear? What would I do if there were no limits to my potential? When you ask these questions, you begin to dismantle the barriers that have been holding you back, and you create space for new ideas, new goals, and new levels of success to emerge. But it doesn't stop there. It's not enough to simply ask these questions. The key to truly transforming your life lies in the action you take after you ask them. Asking the right questions is only the beginning. It's what you do with the answers that determines the outcome. If you ask, what's holding me back? And the answer is fear, then what will you do about it? If you ask, what do I need to change? And the answer is your mindset, then what steps will you take to reprogram your thinking? Questions without action are simply thoughts. It's the implementation of your insights that will change everything. You may not have all the answers right away, and that's okay. The journey to growth and success is not a straight path. It's full of twists, turns, and moments of doubt. But it's in those moments that the most profound growth happens. It's in those moments that you have the opportunity to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And to use that lesson to propel yourself forward. Every challenge, every obstacle, and every setback carries with it a lesson that can shape the trajectory of your life if you're open to it. As you continue to ask yourself these questions, remember that you are capable of more than you know. The human mind is incredibly powerful, and when you tap into its potential, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your dreams are not out of reach. They are waiting for you to take the first step, to ask the hard questions, and to commit to the journey of growth and transformation. You have within you everything you need to create the life you desire. So as you leave here today, remember, the questions you ask yourself have the power to shape your destiny. Don't be afraid to question everything. Don't be afraid to challenge what you know, because it's in that challenge that you'll discover your true strength. Ask yourself, what's the next step in your journey? What's the one question that could change everything for you? The future is yours to create, and it all starts with the questions you choose to ask. Now, as you embark on this journey of transformation, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a collective of individuals who are all seeking answers, all striving for more, and all committed to pushing beyond their limits. As you ask these powerful questions, know that there is a community of like-minded individuals who are cheering you on, who are walking this path with you. And together we will break through the barriers that hold us back, and we will create a future full of possibility and success. Finally, let me leave you with this. The answers you seek are already within you. The questions are the key that unlocks your potential, but it is your commitment to action that will turn those answers into reality. Keep questioning, keep growing, keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible, because at the end of the day, it's not the answers that will change your life. It's the questions you dare to ask. And as you ask these questions, as you challenge yourself and those around you to think differently, you will begin to see a transformation, not just in your life, but in the lives of everyone you touch. You have the power to create a ripple effect of positive change, to inspire others to ask the right questions, and to build a future that is bright, bold, and full of infinite possibilities. So the choice is yours. Ask the questions that will push you to greatness. Ask the questions that will change everything. And then take action, because your future is waiting for you to step into it.